is my job going to be taken by AI?
At Wits the other day, one of the students asked you quite a pertinent question. Um, and I think it's a question that you get asked a lot, not just by students, but the young workforce is probably the most curious about this. So, as an AI CEO, how can you justify hiring new people with the current job cuts that are happening all over the world, that are the efficiency of AI is being cited as the reason for those cuts?
Yeah, it's a question we get asked a lot, not just by students, but by people in the workforce. Is my job going to be taken by AI? And I think what has happened, unfortunately, is these big tech companies in the US have come out of a zero interest rate policy, a ZIRP environment over the last 10 years, and were quite, where money was free to borrow, the cost of capital was a lot less. Um, Effectively, these businesses were able to scale their teams and hire tons of engineers and white collar workers. And today, the interest rates in the US have increased quite a bit. So the cost of capital has increased. So companies are trying to find efficiencies in their businesses, which means that they're looking at their biggest cost base, and that's people. I think so CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, big companies are retrenching staff and optimizing their cost base, citing AI as the efficiency being gained in their business. But I think the reality is they're just sharpening their kind of their P&L from this zero interest rate environment. But this paranoia stems from the idea that, and I believe to be a fabricated myth, that AI is coming for your, kind of white collar knowledge based work. And I fundamentally don't think that's true. If you look at the data, yes, there are job cuts. So Meta famously, obviously, recently cut 10% or 12% of their staff complement. But the real data if you look at the US job postings on Indeed, actually you'll see that for software developers, it increased from 63,000 to about 73,000, kind of quarter on quarter job openings. So that's like a 15% increase. What it means for younger talent, I think, is that you absolutely do have to learn how to use these tools. And the Gen Alphas are AI native. We get asked by the younger kids, like how we ever passed an exam without AI. But the reality is it'll just elevate you to do more strategic work up front, earlier in your career, where the job of an accountant, a lawyer, an actuary, a software dev is not the tasks that they perform, which are now, yes, they are being automated away. So reconciliation, as an accountant would do, is being automated away. Manual reviews of legal contracts by the pupils of a law firm being automated away. Those manual tasks are being automated, but it means that you as a younger person are coming in and able to do more strategic work up front with the use of an understanding of how to build with these AI tools. I think it's up to, the onus is on everyone to obviously learn and adopt these tools. And yes, there is a risk that perhaps you get left behind in a world that is progressing. But I think if you keep up, adopt the tools, you'll be a top candidate, I suppose, when going and looking for a job, and even looking for promotions.